Did my time like a man and I ain't never going back. 12 plus 2 equals 14 flat. Nah, I ain't talking about track. I'm talking about a bid that I did holler back. Matter of fact, it started off in 9 deuce, ended off in 06, mobbing in my white suit with my safe boots, a 6-digit number, 13 winters and about 12 summers. 17 and never seen much. A few fiends, a little green, then some handcuffs. Shackled up head to toe in the courtroom. Turned my whole life into a circus or a cartoon. I got war wounds, a few million scars. Mama couldn't imagine. Shackled up head to toe in the courtroom. Turned my whole life into a circus or a cartoon. I got war wounds, a few million scars. Mama couldn't imagine a firstborn behind bars. My cousin Alvin had tears in it.
Are you serious? This is the 4th week of school. Stop talking. You trying to attend your classes? You are a real serious student.
I'm just trying.
Are you sure you're in the right class?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Miss Thomas, right?
I know who I am. Who are you?
My name Brandon.
And what's that supposed to mean to me?
I don't know. I'm just trying.
Somebody, y'all need to talk to him. Somebody talk to him.
Is this the human development class?
Yeah, we're in the right class.
This Miss Thomas.
Why is this your first time here if it's been 3 weeks since it started? Yeah.
And what else? What about his dress?
Oh, it's in there.
Can I take my hat off?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to snitch, bro, but you. Looking around. Nah, my bad, bro, because I ain't no snitch.
You are a snitch. He has a hat on and.
Yeah, I need a seat.
You need to take that thing off your head.
We gotta shave it. I ain't got no my name is Brandon White, and y'all just been kind of punk.
How many of y'all are really thinking?
Point to this date right here on the board, September 11th. Everybody's familiar with what happened with September 11th, right? Twin Towers was hit. That was a traumatic experience for most Americans that we've seen, but for me, September 11th, and I left the date, the year, I left it out for a reason. As I continue with my story, you understand why. September 11th was a traumatic experience for me in another way, in another situation. But I'm going to get to that as I continue on with my story. First of all, let me let you know a little background about myself. I grew up in the hood. The neighborhood I came from is called Prince Hall. I'm from a small town known as Crockett, Texas. So that's where I come from. I know a lot of you guys, y'all from the city, whatever. I used to live in Houston. I've been different places, Dallas, so forth and so on. So I'm very familiar with the city like too. So I'm a country boy who got city swag. Don't get it twisted. Now, as we continue on, but you know, that's how I kind of grew up. I started hanging around my uncle. He was a late bloomer, so he was more like my brother. I was the shooter. Anybody get out of line? He sold drugs, but he wasn't no fighter or nothing like that. I wasn't trying to hear none of that. You get out of line, violation, we're going upside your head. It's just, I'm gonna bust your head. And whatever come with that. I smoke weed, well back then, you know, we call it red hair cysts and so forth and so on. What they talking about now? Sweets. You know what I'm saying? Chronic, whatever you want to call it. Formaldehyde, amp, just depending on where you from. Now they snorting cane real tough, so It's all type of stuff, but I was smoking that weed, drinking every day, 40 ounces, you know. Just think Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, them old school movies. That's how I was. House shoes and Dickies, that's what we was about. Banging rap music, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be a player, listening to different girls. You know, that's the lifestyle I live. Now, I wasn't a dope dealer. I was a jacker. Something about that thrill, like with that pistol. Now don't get it twisted. Like I said, I used to love to fight, but it's something about when I pulled a pistol on somebody and made them come off of it. That was a whole different feeling. It was a high. Y'all might have seen that movie Juice. That's an old school movie when Tupac was in it. You seen how he was acting. So a lot of people feel powerful behind that gun, and that's how I was. I already had an attitude too, because I grew up, like I say, you mask your emotions. You was taught to be hard. You didn't cry. You know, thugs. And some of the little girls, the little chicks, they liked us. They want the thug. They don't want the little soft square dude. But let me tell you another side of me. I always liked to read, but I hid that part because you couldn't be a thug, hardcore thug, and you read. You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of different. It's fashionable to be, man, you know, I'm a hood dude. I'm educated too, right? Pac kind of made that fashion. This dude talking about Machiavelli, right? Man, ain't no way you wouldn't even know who a Machiavelli was. If, you know, most hood guys, they ain't gonna read that stuff. Who was Machiavelli? They screaming that 7-day theory. Man, this dude was way in Europe somewhere, you know? But Tupac was a reader. But getting back to the story, and I always was cordial to my family. I was always a yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am type of guy. That's how I was. But in the streets, like I said, I was a totally different person. I usually relate that and say like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's how I was. So my family didn't know that part of me existed. So as I continued to be in them streets, fighting, partying, like I say, shooting dice, strapped every day, all that type of stuff. Well, what had happened, now at this time, now check this out, I kept going to school. I didn't quit school. I wanted to graduate school, so I finally got to my senior year in high school. And this is when this traumatic event changed my life. September 11th, uh, 1992. I was 17 years old. Now remember I said I was jacking. I'm doing a lot of jacking. This is what happened. This is the situation that happened. I was on my way, man. Now I had a little few partners with me too. They wanted to be down. We was really on our way to Houston to rob some Colombians. Hit us a lick. That's what we used to say. We're going to hit us a lick. On our way to Houston to rob some Colombians. Well, we rented a Dolphin car. That's what we used to call it back then. You give him a little money, and then you go on, you know what I'm saying, go on do what you got to do, or whatever. So we on our way to Houston. Well, we running out of gas. We're in a little small town called Madisonville. It's not too far from my hometown. A couple of the guys, they go in the store. Now remember, I'm a ringleader. You know, these guys already know what's up with me. They was a little younger, but they already know. I got this pistol in my hand, but I had a little 25 at that time. One of the guys went in the store. You know, we ran out of gas. We running out of money. We can't even make it to Houston, but we so determined to do this. We've been smoking big all day, blowing big, drinking, so forth, so on. That's what we've been doing. They come back. One of the guys come back. Oh, man, it's a lady off in that store by herself. I'm like, what? They're like, man, we finna get her. Now, this is how crazy we was. We didn't have masks or nothing on. Now, this is way back in 1992. You know, we young. We not thinking that this store might have cameras and all that, because that wasn't a big popular thing back then. So we go in the store. I call him my fall partner. He went in, he said, I'm going to purchase something, because we had already plotted and planned it. I'm going to purchase something. And when she opened the register, I saw I'm going to creep up behind her with the gun. So we went in the store like this. He purchased something, I crept up behind her with the gun. I told her, leave the cash register open. She was scared, of course. I think she was probably about 20, 21 at that time. I told her, go sit down in the corner. Put your head down. He just snatched the register and all that. Now everybody knows that convenience stores don't even have that much money. But you know, it's not about the money at that time. I was well taken care of when I was growing up. Matter of fact, I was living with one of my aunts at that time because my mom had moved to Houston as I continued to grow. It was a high. Now, even before this crime, I wasn't satisfied with just pulling the pistol on somebody. I'm gonna take what you got and still put that pistol in your life. I'm gonna hit you. I'm just gonna hit you. It was just a high to me. I can't tell you why did I do it? It was just a high to me. When I put that pistol to her, I told her to get out in the corner. She got out in the corner, and on the way out the door, I shot the pistol in the air. Little did I know at that time that the bullet ricocheted off the ceiling and hit her in the arm. Now, we on our way to Houston now. We finna hit another store. We ain't got to the Columbia thing. We just happened to be in an affluent neighborhood. We didn't even know where we was. We used to go all the time, but we was in a different part. So the people got suspicious and called the police on them. I'm trying to stuff the gun in the back seat of the car. And, you know, you can get killed like that. We already know that. They think you're reaching. They like, hold your hands or freeze. Make a long story short, I ended up going to jail for a pistol charge. Now, all this stuff started going downhill. I go to jail. I called one of my aunts, you know, to bond me out. I need to be bonded out. Now, I'm scared in jail. I'm supposed to be the so-called thug or whatever. That's what happened with a lot of guys, too. They got the braids. They got the bandanas and all that. They got the look. Until they get to some real stuff, everything look good. Until you really get into some real drama. And the reason why I'm kind of shook, not that I won't fight, but these officers in here are whooping guys. You do things wrong, they're giving you instructions how to spread your legs and do this stuff here, and you make a mistake. They are beating these guys up. These are big officers. I'm like, man, I gotta get up out of here. I wasn't trying to do all this. So anyway, I went back. I ended up bonding out, going back to Crockett. Now, my girlfriend at the time, you know, I'm chilling. We chilling on the phone. That was our little thing. We talking on the phone. My girlfriend, it started circulating that somebody robbed this store in this little small town. Man, literally, I'm on the phone, sitting on the couch. And she said, oh, it's getting ready to come on now. They getting ready to show about somebody robbing the store. Man, my heart is beating fast, y'all. I'm like, what? I'm trying to get her really to turn the channel. You know what I'm saying? Man, this girl said, that's you, Robin, that's you. I know your mom. I'm like, what? My heart beating fast. I'm like, no. Man, girl, you tripping, girl. You better chill out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, nah, that ain't me. She was like, oh, that's you. Boy, that's why you didn't come see me. Because actually, I was supposed to be with her that Friday night. But I'm all into other stuff. So she was like, that's your wife. I'm like, man, you tripping. That ain't me. And they had Crime Stoppers awards. So, man, I'm like, man, I'm panicking. So I called, because it was like 3 of us involved. I called, hey, man, man, this stuff on the news, man. I said, man, y'all be quiet, man. We ain't gonna talk, don't say nothing about it. Because a few of them guys was bragging. I said, we ain't gonna say nothing about this, man. Man, you know, I'm trying to transfer and go to school in Houston, and, you know, one of the boys was too, so, you know, we trying to plan this stuff. Well, we went to school the next day. I'm playing around like I normally do, joking. I see a big hat, you know, like shirt. I know what that means. I'm from the hood. I'm like, what? Man, what are they doing here? I'm like, oh, man, they probably come and get us. I hit the gym doors. Whoop. Ran straight to where I'm familiar with, my neighborhood. As I'm running, man, this stuff is all on the news. I'm from a small town. Everybody done heard about it. This dude yelled out, man, I'm lost looking for y'all. I'm like, what? Now, at that time, man, I wasn't doing no plan. If I had enough time, I'd have busted his head. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't have enough time. man, I'm running. My uncle, you know, I used to hang in the street, man, you need to get tattoos and everything. You know, everybody just panicking. At that time, well, my father partner, his brother, he had called his brother, like I said, to transfer to Houston. He was trying to get away. Well, he happened to come during this time, so I jumped in the car with him because I was very familiar with him. I went to my aunt's house I was living with. Ran it out like this. Grabbed all my clothes off the rack I could. Now her husband sitting right in the living room. Imagine how this man looked. What is this dude doing? I grabbed a few boxes. I run out. Dip in the car. We on our way out, out of Crockett. Man, we thinking this a game. We laughing. This a high. We still thinking this a game. Man, say, fool, we all gonna lose, man. Can you believe it, man? Everybody talking about this. My sick. I was sick, man. I mean, for a while I couldn't even eat, man. Because in my mind it was like this is a dream. Now, something I didn't tell y'all when I first started talking. I just had found out my girl was pregnant. My girlfriend was pregnant too. So all this stuff. Now remember, I was a senior in high school as well. I was a senior in high school. Now, my family coming to visit me and so forth, my girl come to visit, whatever. They had my bond $50,000. They charged me with 2 crimes. Aggravated robbery, which carried, this is what the range it carried, from 5 years to 99 years. Attempted capital murder, which is different from just a regular murder, because, a regular attempted murder, because you committed 2 crimes in one act. Capital murder, just alone, will give you the death penalty. I just want y'all to, I want that to register on y'all. Capital murder alone will give you the death penalty. Now, another thing I didn't know, 17 years old, they'll certify you as an adult. So even though, this is oxymoron, huh? Even though you can't buy cigarettes, can't buy liquor, they'll send you to prison. That's crazy, ain't it? But they will do it. I went to court. You know, I had talked to my family and so forth. Like they was telling me, we're gonna put up everything, and I weighed it out because my court-appointed lawyer had already showed me the statements that these other guys had snitched on me. You know, everybody talking about stop snitching and all this stuff. It's gonna happen. Somebody gonna fall. We kids as well. Them guys wasn't really from the streets like me. They had already told on me. They had the pistol when I went to jail in Houston. They had the evidence. These guys snitched on me. All I could basically do was throw myself at the mercy of the court. 17 years old. I'm arguing with my court-appointed lawyer. I didn't know all my rights, but I was arguing with him. I went in court. Had a trial by jury. Trial by jury. When I went in there, after it was all said and done, I'll never forget they played that tape. Now this is what the district attorney say. This is the defense team that's fighting against me to get me convicted. First of all, they put the woman on the stand. She didn't even remember who I was. They coerced her to point me out. She pointed me out. You see the young man in the room? Yeah, that's him. Now remember, they wanted me. I'm the ringleader. In the closing arguments, because the people that's trying to get you time and so forth, so on, the district attorney, they're going to present theirs, and then your lawyer present theirs. This man wrote for me. I've never been in trouble before in my life. This was a heinous crime. Mr. White didn't think he can just come and do our town any type of way. He was a good old boy. That's how he talked. He think he can just come get away with this. We need to set an example out of here. I'm asking you for 99 years. And I'm looking at this like, what? I'm still like, it's a shock. It haven't registered. Like, 99 years. Now, some of the guys had already told me in the county jail that even when you get a certain amount of time, you do only a certain percentage of it before you come up for parole and stuff like that. But still, that's a lot. I don't know what percentage I'm going to have to do if I get that much. But they end up coming back. And it's very serious, you know, that's why I come to talk about this stuff, because we got a lot of people that we know, we may be going that route, thinking that it's cool, Man, they came back and pronounced the verdict. They gave me 40 years. 40 years.